Okay, so if I go into the chat, first question is from Hari Alexandra. Hello, Hari, where are you from?
I'm from the UK, but I'm based in Portugal.
Okay. How's the weather in Portugal today?
Very sunny, 22 degrees.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so your question is, say I help women heal trauma to reconnect with their authentic voice, to call in a deeper love with the masculine. Have a website, been giving free sessions, have some more referrals. I got a few clients doing podcasts, just started looking into hubs, which I find more difficult in the online world. Would love to see what comes to you for what else I could be doing to reach people. So it sounds like you've been doing all those things and it just hasn't resulted in as many clients as you're hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking at all your content, which is amazing, by the way. Thank you. I think you're amazing. But it's my first month technically launching
Okay.
this new thing. So I'm just wanting to keep the momentum, I guess. And I've only had, let's say, people that know me so far work with me. Not so much, I know marketing is a slow process. So yeah.
Can be. Yeah. It sounds like you're on track. I don't know if I have any advice because it's just a month. I mean, the fact that you have any clients in a month is amazing, putting that out there. But for people just starting, there are a few things I would say. The first is good to send out the friends and family email. If you haven't already, the email just goes to everybody who would possibly bear getting an email from you. Yeah, all your colleagues, dear friends, and just letting them know, here's what I'm up to. Posting it on Facebook, doing the kind of announcement can help. I know when I first started, just to get some testimonials and some experience, I just did a bunch of sessions for free just to see, how it would go, and gave me some testimonials I could use in my marketing. So there's that. I mean, I think it's a fairly clear niche. I imagine you chose this one because you have some personal experience with this.
Lots. It's
Yeah.
exactly what I've experienced, basically. So it's a transmission.
Yeah. Okay. And okay, so they want to reconnect with their authentic voice to call on a deeper love of the masculine. What's your take on healing trauma? Like somebody comes to you, is like, yeah, I've got this trauma. I want to reconnect. Well, here's one little bit of tidbit I give is I help women heal trauma to reconnect with their authentic voice, to call that reconnect with their authentic voice to me is probably what you think they need. That's different than what they think they need. So just I'd probably cut that and just say, I help women to heal trauma to call in a deeper love for the masculine. And then of course, there's more you could say about how trauma affects their ability to do that. But I'd love to hear what your take is. What do you mean by authentic voice? Why does that matter?
For instance, when we get conditioned to say yes when we mean no, disregarding our gut sense or our heartfelt reactions to something in order to people please, or just because we're scared of conflict, all that kind of stuff that can happen.
Right. So we're using our voice in a way that's not authentic. We're saying things we don't mean because we want to make other people happy. Yeah. And why does that get in the way of calling in a deeper love with the masculine?
Because from my own experience, holding back my truth and not saying what I feel keeps me in the same pain dynamics I've always been in. And it keeps reinforcing that the way they are is also okay. So we just stay in this unhealthy dynamic and nothing changes. So unless we learn how to speak authentically with what we're actually feeling, we sort of stay in the same patterns, or we just completely disconnect in the relationship.
Got it. Right. Right. If you're not being honest with your partner, they're never going to get feedback on their patterns. Those patterns will persist. And if those patterns don't feel good for you, then that's a problem. Right. Yeah. There's going to be a breaking point of that at some point. But I'm still, you use a very specific wording to call in a deeper love with the masculine. So how does having an authentic voice translate into a deeper kind of love?
I guess from my experience, when we're more in tune with our authenticity and actually our truth, then we are more likely to share what we feel is right, what isn't right. And then if that then causes the relationship to break off, then you're more likely to heal everything or whatever comes up, rather than staying in the same patterns. Then you're more likely to kind of meet someone who then is more at the level that you're at. Whereas if you just stay stuck where you are and just not expressing your truth, you're going to keep attracting or keep being in that same type of relationship. If that makes sense.
Well, yeah, and part of what I hear when you say deeper love, to me, the opposite of deeper is shallow. So are you saying that if you don't heal your trauma, the kind of love you have will always just be shallow?
Not exactly, but yeah, I can see why you. I guess I think generally as a society, generally not everyone, we live very inauthentic, shallow existences, especially in our relationships, and we're either disconnected or we're in conflict. And
Mhm.
so, how to come back to authentically relating from a place of love. That's basically what I'm trying to put across. But yeah, I mean, I'm not attached to the wording of the niche.
Well, but so you seem to not completely buy it when I said the shallow thing. Um, so when you say deeper, is there an opposite of, because um, what would you say is the opposite of deeper love?
No, I think you're right. Shallow.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's interesting also, I think what you'll find, it's not necessarily that anyone's going to come to you saying, I want deeper love with the masculine. So part of it is finding ways to say these things that are um, more folksy, more the way that they would say it. So that's
Mhm.
something to think about your own situation when they come to you. What are they saying they want? Like, I just want my relationships to work with, relationships with men to work, or I want my whatever it is. So there probably could be some tinkering there, because calling in a deeper love with the masculine to me is probably more what you want for them, or what you think is needed, what you would like to see for them, but that may not be the way they say it. And so for all of us, when we're articulating what I call island A and island B, the problem they have, the result they have, we want to articulate it in such a way that when they see it, they're like, oh God, that's me. Wow, nailed it. You could also go with it by saying to call in a deeper love with the masculine but
Mm.
and you can take that a few levels deep. But yeah, if they called in a deeper love with the masculine, I mean, why would they want that? Well, so that your relationships are really satisfying. So your relationships start to work, so that you're whatever you would fill in the blanks there. And then heal trauma. Yeah, and it's also, there's a question of, do they see that their trauma is one of the things in the way? Becomes an important question. Maybe yes, maybe no. I mean, I would guess your ideal client would know this. They'd come and say, I know my trauma is messing up my relationship with my partner. But um yeah, it could be, another way to say it would be, I mean, so you could just aim at that. That could be the bullseye, but it might also be, you look at, you say, okay, women have trauma, it's messing up their relationship. Like, what are the symptoms of having unresolved trauma in relationships? And you can give some examples. And sometimes there's some really common ones. You can say, I work with women who are in this kind of pattern in their relationships. And what I do is I help them create relationships at work. And then my take on it is the trauma thing.
Mm.
That the trauma causes us to do people pleasing, which then, makes it unsatisfying for everybody. And let's see, help women heal trauma. Yeah, this is an important thing when we're writing any kind of sales copy. We just want to be speaking to them where they're at, to establish the relevance. As soon as the relevance is established, we can move to the point of view. And yeah, if you can move the point of view into the headline a little bit, sometimes that can be interesting. But there are more and more people, women, who know they have trauma. They know it's messing up their relationship. But then this could also affect the kind of podcasts you get interviewed on, podcasts about trauma, or podcasts that have some kind of trauma informed angle that reach women would probably be, really good for you. Anyways, that's a little bit of tinkering. I think it's great. Just keep on keeping on. It's early days. I think it'll go well for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.